Hey everyone. Today we talk about cognitive warfare. We talk about how the fight for global dominance has moved from deserts and jungles into your social media feed. The New World War isn't being fought with tanks and aircraft carriers, not primarily anyway. It's being fought for the real estate behind your eyes. It's a battle to colonize your cerebral cortex, what a 2021 NATO-sponsored report called the human domain, officially designating it a new domain of war, just like land, sea, air, space, and cyber. Think about it like this. Memes are the new religious doctrine. Social media is the cathedral where we all gather to worship. Every time you hit the like button, you're saying a little prayer to a bigger idea. And cancel culture? That's the modern-day excommunication. It's what happens when a high priest of the New Order declares you a heretic for believing in the wrong meme, for praying at the wrong digital altar. The central conflict of our time isn't just about territory anymore. It's about perception. It's a holy war where the prize is your attention and your allegiance. Now, if this sounds like some far-fetched conspiracy theory, let's look at the evidence. Let's talk about NAFO, the North Atlantic Fellah Organization. This isn't a formal army. It's a leaderless, decentralized group of people on the internet, a digital guerrilla force whose main avatar is a crudely photoshopped Shiba Inu dog. And these guys, these fellas, have proven to be shockingly effective at dismantling and ridiculing sophisticated Russian state propaganda. How? They don't write long, detailed rebuttals. They use humor. They use memes. They swarm pro-Russian accounts with absurdity and jokes, a tactic they call bonking. When a Russian ambassador, Mikhail Ulyanov, posted on X, formerly Twitter, what they considered nonsense while trying to deflect blame for the shelling of the Zaporizhia nuclear plant, the fellas swarmed him. His feed became an unusable mess of cartoon dogs, with one of the common refrains becoming the meme, "You pronounced it as nonsense, not me," turning a diplomat's words into a weapon against him. As Peter W. Singer, a strategist and senior fellow at the New America think tank, told The Times, it is a Western social media savvy response to Russian information warfare. It is fighting fire with fire, but the fire is humor. In this new war, a cartoon dog is a more effective weapon than a multi-million-dollar propaganda film. This is the first time in history that a swarm of online volunteers, who also raise money for the Ukrainian military, has been able to directly interfere with a major power's information strategy. And in this new religion, symbols become sacred overnight. Look at the letter Z. Before the Ukraine conflict, it was just the last letter of the alphabet. Then it was spotted painted on the side of Russian tanks, probably just as a way to stop their own guys from shooting at them. A practical, boring military marking. But within weeks, the state propaganda machine, as reported by news outlets like Sky News and Reuters, turned it into a holy symbol. The Russian Ministry of Defense claimed it stood for Zapobedu, or for victory. It started appearing on billboards, in state-organized flash mobs, on the chests of athletes like gymnast Ivan Kuliak, who displayed it on his leotard while standing on a podium next to a Ukrainian rival at a World Cup event in Doha. He was later sanctioned for the act. It became a totem, a sign of unwavering loyalty to the cause. Critics, seeing its use to rally support for an invasion, immediately started calling it the swastika, recognizing its power to divide the world into believers and non-believers. If you displayed the Z, you were part of the faithful. If you didn't, you were the enemy. This process can happen to any symbol. Think about Pepe the Frog. For years, it was just a goofy cartoon character from an indie comic associated with the phrase, "feels good man." It was apolitical. As a longtime internet user, I remember when seeing Pepe on a forum like Reddit just meant someone was comically sad or smug. It was part of the shared, harmless vernacular. But then it got co-opted, first by trolls on platforms like 4chan, and then by the alt-right movement during the 2016 election. Suddenly, this harmless frog was being depicted with hateful imagery, becoming so toxic that the Anti-Defamation League had to classify it as a hate symbol. The original creator, Matt Fury, was horrified, calling the experience a nightmare. Speaking to The Guardian, he lamented, "It sucks, but I can't control it more than anyone can control frogs on the internet." He even launched a #SavePepe campaign to reclaim his creation, but it was too late. His creation had been conscripted into the meme war and turned into a weapon. Not forwarding the right meme or using the wrong one marks you as an outsider, an infidel in this digital crusade. Your failure to participate in the ritual is a sin. So when we scroll through our phones, we're not just killing time. We're walking through the battlefield of the 21st century. Foreign powers and domestic groups aren't just trying to sell you something. They're trying to recruit you. They're trying to make you a soldier in their army of belief. One analyst at the Atlantic Council's Digital Forensic Lab, Research Lab, commented, "We're not just observing information laundering anymore. We're seeing belief laundering, where a fringe idea is memed into the mainstream until it feels like an established fact." Geopolitical conflict is no longer just a physical struggle for land. It is a war of narratives, a fight to control the story we tell ourselves about the world. And in this war, the most powerful weapon isn't a nuclear bomb. It's an image, a symbol, a joke that can circle the globe in an instant and change what millions of people believe is true. The next time you share a meme, ask yourself, whose doctrine are you spreading?